All right, so the NFL Combine has concluded, and we got a chance to see some of the future stars of the NFL put on a performance. But what I wanted to come here and talk about today was the lone HBCU player who got invited to the NFL Combine this year. And you guys know about the history of HBCU players not being drafted in last year's draft, and the only invite was sent out to Alabama A&M's Carson Vinson, who is a 6'6" offensive tackle. And the guy has a high ceiling, and a lot of NFL scouts are taking notice. And with him being the only HBCU representative at the Combine, he's not only representing himself, he's representing the whole culture. And I wanted to use this video to shed more light on Carson's journey over this past season, all the way up until this point. So if you guys don't know, Vincent was a dominant force on the field for Alabama A&M this year. He was the leader of the offensive line, which led the SWAC with the most total yards this season. And his numbers speak for themselves. He finished the season with 61 knockdowns and an 89% offensive lineman grade, and he only gave up 1 sack. And after a showing like that, his impact didn't go unnoticed. He earned first team all SWAC honors, was named an All-American on the FCS level, and he even became a finalist for HBCU Player of the Year. And even with all of that recognition, Vincent knew he still had a lot to prove. Now, one of the biggest tests in Vincent's career came at the Reese's Senior Bowl, where he got a chance to face off against some of the SEC's best defensive linemen, like LSU's Savon Jones and Texas A&M's Shamar Stewart. And not only did he hold his own, he dominated in one-on-one drills by showing his length, footwork, and toughness against some of the top-tier talent that was in attendance. Now, for many small school players, the Reese's Senior Bowl is either sink or swim, and Vincent made it clear that he belongs. And like I said before, Vincent was the only HBCU player invited to this year's Combine, and he represented the HBCUs well by finishing as the 14th most athletic O-lineman out of 47 participants. He also ran a 5.1 in the 40, which gave him the 15th fastest 40 time out of all of the offensive linemen. And one of his best performances came in the broad jump, where he finished in the top 10, actually number 10, as he leaped 9 feet and 3 inches. And with numbers like that, he ranked 8th in athleticism amongst all of the offensive tackles that attended the Combine. Now, prior to the Combine, a few NFL analysts had some strengths and weaknesses that they pointed out about Carson. Let's start with his strengths. What some scouts liked about him was his athletic footwork and his ability to get to the second level. They also like his quick, controlled lateral slides and pass protection. Another thing that stood out to them was his effective hand usage, and they love that he plays with solid coordination between his hands and feet. However, there are also those weaknesses that some of them had questions about. Some scouts say that he oversets in pass protection, and they also say that he needs to improve his strength to anchor himself against powerful pass rushers. So you can see that his strengths outweigh his weaknesses. And prior to the Combine, a few people said that this kid would be drafted by the Chiefs, who are fresh off of a Super Bowl loss where they got manhandled up front. And Carson's performance at the Senior Bowl caught some of the Chiefs staff members' eyes. And he also spoke about protecting Patrick Mahomes in the future if he got the shot. Now, if Carson is drafted by the Chiefs, that would help them fill a major need at tackle, and Carson is athletic enough to fit their blocking schemes, and he has the skills and upside to develop into a long-term starter for that team. But after that performance in the Combine, we possibly could see this guy going a little earlier. And the best part about all of this is that Carson's journey is just getting started. He's gone from being overlooked to becoming the face of HBCU football in this year's NFL draft. And now I'll leave it up to you guys to answer this question. Do you guys think the Chiefs will pull the trigger and draft Carson? Let me know in the comments how you guys feel, as well as how do you feel about Carson Vinson being the face of HBCU football in this year's NFL draft. And if you're interested in more content like this, don't forget to hit that like button, that notification bell, and subscribe to the channel. I'm out of here. Peace.